If we say of heavenly origin, he will say, then why did you not believe him? But shall we say of human origin? They feared the crowd, for they all thought John really was a prophet. So they say to Jesus in reply, we do not know. Jesus bravely confronted the Pharisees, who questioned his authority because he did something so radical and outrageous. Jesus cleansed the temple. What can we learn as disciples? We can learn the impact of fear and courage in our decision making. The Pharisees' decision was based on fear, whereas Jesus acted on courage. The Pharisees usually posed questions to trap Jesus, but this time they could not make up their own mind in answering the question of Jesus about John's baptism. The Pharisees were afraid of the crowd. They made their decision based on fear. They ended up being trapped by their own fear. Fear clouded their eyes, and they were not able to see the work of God in John and in Jesus. Fear crippled their conscience and blinded their action. They were the authoritative figure of the Jewish faith, but fear deauthorized them. Whereas Jesus acted with courage when he single-handedly cleansed the temple. Jesus was not afraid to face the authority figure who wanted to trap him. Jesus knew the repercussion of his bold act, but refused to be trapped by it. Jesus did not make decisions based on fear. Jesus acted with courage to do what he believed is right. Jesus faced the serious consequences right to his crucifixion. With courage, Jesus claimed the authority that comes from God. He thought with authority, and the fearful Pharisees could do nothing but losing all their authority and be overcome but with fear, jealousy, and hatred towards Jesus. Therefore, we must learn to be courageous in doing what is right like Jesus. We must learn not to let fear determine the course of our decision and action. Like the disciples who were once afraid to act, we must learn to wait for the Holy Spirit to give us the courage to become bold witnesses of Christ and His mercy. How do we do it? First, like the disciples, we must gather and pray together and wait for the Holy Spirit every day. Then we learn to take small decisions based on courage and our personal conscience. The more we succeed, the bigger the decision and the greater the impact of our actions. In doing so, we learn not to be overcome by fear, but fear is overcome by our courage for Jesus.